Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to the channel. Well, the lift is complete from Rough Country on the W150 build, as you guys saw in the last video. I told you I was going to do an installation review, and that's what this video is going to be about. But before we get into that, I wanted to show you the truck sitting on the new tires and rims, and I have to say it looks pretty damn good. I went back to custom offsets again for another set. If you remember right, we did custom offsets on the second gen build. They have always done well and taken care of me very well. Went back with custom offsets again for the next set. So without further ado, here is the way the truck is sitting on the new tires and rims. These are a Archon wheel. They are a proportional directional. So you have right and left sides. So what makes it nice, you can either have them digging, which is what Jonah opted to go with, or you can have them scooping. So you would just take these, put them on a passenger, and vice versa, bring them back over. Like I said, these are called the Archon Caesars. This is a 20 by 10. We went with the Venom Power tire. They are a Terra Hunter RT Plus, and I have to say it's a pretty nice tire. Not certain on what the wear is going to be like. I had some Arturos on my blue truck and didn't have any issues with them at all, and so we wanted to go, or he wanted to go with something just a little bit different. Nittos was just quite not within our grasp, so we was able to pick these up at a reasonable discount compared to the Nittos. So I think the truck really looks well, and it sits well. Not too much poke. Looks like just a little bit more in the front than it is the rear. We are thinking of going with about an inch to an inch and a half spacer, just because of front center caps. They are not deep enough to be able to snap in. These go in through the front and they snap into the wheels. So we are thinking about spacing them out just because of the center caps, and that is the only reason. So anyway, let's get into the Rough Country lift installation. I'm going to start with the front because that's where we had the most issues. When the kit came, I showed you guys an unboxing, what it was, how it was. Everything looked pretty good. The first thing that I noticed that I did not like was the stacking the blocks in the rear right there. I did not like that. This kit comes in right about $435. Charge a little extra and do away with the factory block and make one block for the rear. I think that would be a lot better choice. I know they're pinned, but I don't like the fact that they are stacking blocks. Anyway, let's get back into the front. So starting off with the front, had some issues with the springs right off the bat. Went to put springs in, and the bolts are a different size compared to what the sleeves were. This kit comes with front springs, which I like. Went to do the back, which is fine. That's a 1/2 inch bolt or clevis, shackle. Went to put the front on, and these are a 5/8 bolt. Called Rough Country, and they said somebody must have just shoved a random bolt in there. That's not the right bolt. Went back and forth with this gentleman a couple of times. Was not impressed with his etiquette at all, nor his customer service. Telling me I didn't know what the hell I was doing, and you know, that's just some random bolt that somebody shoved in there. Truck's got 66,000 miles on it. I'm 100% positive that's never been touched. After some words were exchanged, not heated words, just some different words were exchanged, I pretty much told him that maybe I am talking to the wrong person. I bought the wrong lift from the wrong company. After that, he hung up on me. Did not care for that at all. Next person I talked to, he took some pictures, or I sent him some pictures. Never really heard back from him. He told me well, I'm sorry, I did hear back. He said those bolts will work. Called back the next day, and he said, well, the gentleman that I talked to the next day, very helpful, very nice, said just pull the steel sleeves out. Those steel sleeves are in there to protect the bushings, so from the bolts, the threads on the bolts. So pulled those out, which is fine. I understand that. The next thing that I did not like is if you're pulling them bolts out. Now this is only gets torqued to 87 foot-pounds. You can see how it's starting to rub just a little bit there now. Or you know, it's smashed on one side more than the other, just from you know, suspension moving, stuff like that. I don't like the fact that there's no steel sleeve in there to keep that from smashing that polyurethane bushing in there. So if this was more than 87 foot-pounds of torque, you could possibly pull that in and smash that, and in time start cutting that. So that's another thing I did not like, that I don't know how I'm going to address yet, but we'll see how everything wears. You can see same thing there. That's getting smashed, and just, I don't know, it's not, I don't know, it just not very good engineering as far as I'm concerned. Next issue I had was on the passenger side. We have studs on the inside, we have U-bolts on the outside, which is fine, no big deal. I pulled my old studs out, and these studs would not thread in at all. Could not get them threaded in. Had to play around with them a little bit. After some time and running things in and out, I was able to get them ran in just a little bit, but I just don't know if I have good thread engagement down into the housing. So before that, I had called Rough Country again and asked them about those studs. Could they send me another set of studs? They said, yeah, that's fine. I said I had no issues with the studs as far as the steering block. The steering block was on the passenger side. I had to space that up and put 3 studs in there. I'm sorry, on the driver's side. You can see I had to put that spacer block right there. Those had to have longer studs also. I said those studs threaded in just fine, no issues at all. Just was having issues with these studs on the passenger side as far as universal. He goes, no problem, I'll get you a set of studs set out. 3 days later, studs come in the mail. What do I get? I get the steering block studs, which I don't even need. So again, wasn't paying attention. Next thing on the front, these shocks are marked top on how you're supposed to install them. Right up top there, or right down the bottom, I can't remember which, that's stamped into there. The shock point's supposed to be oriented in a certain way. The front cannot do so because I don't of the springs. I think the body of the shock is going to be too close to the spring, and we're going to have a rubbing issue. So I mounted them upside down. I don't know that it's a big issue, but there again, you know, it was an issue within the installation. So I guess my last bitch and complaint would be about the Rough Country lift is the directions itself. This is what I received for installing this Rough Country lift. This is it. It does tell you in here it should be done by a certified technician, but let's face it, guys. If you're going to be doing this lift, if you buy this lift for $435, you're buying it because you want to do it and install it in your driveway, in your garage, in the parking lot, at your apartment complex, whatever it is. You have, most of the time, the ability to do this. If you don't have 100% knowledge on what you're doing, this does not help you. You need a little bit more detailed instructions on how to install this lift. So I just, there again, they fall short as far as their instructions. I think it's crap. They could do a hell of a lot better at providing you with some detailed instructions as far as installing this lift. If they don't want to provide it in the kit, have a PDF on their website to where you could download it yourself, print it out yourself. I don't care what it is, provide it for the end user to be able to install this lift and install it correctly. If you don't have 100% knowledge on what you're doing. So all in all, I will never ever buy a Rough Country product again. I don't care if it's a nut or a bolt. If it says Rough Country, it will not be in my driveway or on my trucks. Whether I install it for somebody and they buy it, it ain't happening. I'm not using their products. I'm not installing their products. I'm not promoting their products. I don't know. I'm not 100% happy with the quality and the installation of the Rough Country kit. So I wish I would have spent another $400 and bought the BBS, but you know, everything is on a budget. Everything you do is on a budget. So we were trying to save just a little bit of money for him, because he does pay for a lot of the stuff on his own, and this is something he wanted to do on his own. He bought the tires and wheels with his own money. He bought the lift with his own money. He works for a living just like we do, and he was on a budget, and this is what he wanted. So I wish I would have given him an extra $400 and bought the BBS, and we probably would have been a lot happier. So anyway, guys, bitch session is over. Just wanted to share a installation review, which absolutely positively sucks as far as I'm concerned, and let you know what I thought of the Rough Country lift system. So this is the Rough Country 310.20 or 320.10. I can't remember which one it is, but don't buy it. Don't waste your money. Buy the next, guys. Anyway, guys, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you have not already done so, and we'll see you guys in the next one.